Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pies Presser. We all wake up this morning to some good news that we will all use as ammunition to kickstart this massive week leading into the game between the Pies and the Crows. It's time to talk all things black and white. Waking up like this. Something to celebrate. The countdown starts now. We start to heat up together now. 6 days. Pies versus Crows. Massive clash. We learn on Sunday evening that the Crows are not invincible. We learned that Brisbane have been just as inconsistent as the Pies to a certain extent. I'm not delusional. But find a reason, guys. Welcome. Find a reason. We're here. We vented. We cried. We catastrophized. But now, as we all go through this cycle, it's the reset button. The reset button has been pressed, and we're here. We wake up this morning. We hear Pendles DC sign on. Swivel on that, you journos. Swivel on that nice and slowly. Cop that. Hey, that's their business. That's what they got to do. But what better time than this week for a DC in particular? We knew Pendles was always going to sign on, right? But a showing of solidarity by DC. He didn't have to sign this week. He could have held. Had there not been an offer there, he could have held a bit longer. He could have said, hold on, we're in a little bit of strife at the moment. Let me see where we go in the next few weeks, and then I'll reconsider everything. But no, after 2 weeks, that can only be described as a nightmare for everyone involved, he comes out today and signs on. Ungettable. Ungettable. Ungettable, bro. Huge. Ella Andreas. We break news better than these Malachias. Mark, welcome. Benny, here he is, coaching tonight, legends. Okay, hey, all good, mate. All good. Speak to you later, Benny. Rick, welcome. Wet conditions in Adelaide, huh? Would you cast a spell over Adelaide so that their 3 big tools don't have as much as an impact at Omani? Is that the start to your conspiring against Adelaide this week? Stephanos, welcome. Southeast Wolf, great news of DC, huge. MD, here we are. Will the wet help or hinder us, Manny? Asks RJ. Rick says, I've got a good feeling we'll win no matter rain, hail, or shine. I like that mindset. Wet weather or not, shouldn't bother us. Whether it plays into our game style or theirs, at the end of the day, you got to beat the side in the conditions that are put in front of you. Pretty simple as a. AB, Yasul Buz, Nicole, welcome. It will make contested footy. It will help us with our lack of speed, reckons Manny. Perhaps we can dive into that a little bit more. Rick, you can feel it. Something special about to happen. Circa 2002, circa the 2020 elimination final against the Wiggles in Perth. Maybe we can get some sort of showing like that. Ella and Donny, how's Greece going? How's the trip? Where are you, daughter? Athens, Athena. Mello, welcome. Good to see everyone here. Good to see everyone here. How are we feeling? What's the vibe? Send John Ralph the link to jump on the chat. It is what it is, huh? It is what it is, Rick. End times. We have to win this to get on track. Win the last 2, then 2 weeks break. Everything changes. If we win against Adelaide, everything changes. If we win, everything can change overnight. And that's the best way to stick it up to the rest of the country is just get the win. Get the win. What else can you do? AA187, welcome. Bobby was not at training. There was a lot of people absent, apparently. So Maybe I'm just, without speculating in times, I'm hoping Bobby Hill is still recovering from the gastro. What we do know is gastro doesn't last more than a week, right? Like it's a short bout typically, isn't it? Am I speaking of fibs here or not? Matthew, need a different look in the middle. Bo, Cripsy, Sidey, and Allen all to be used in there. Sidey good inside and out, and the others will add some pace. I like the Bo shout as long as his hamstring holds up. We all love Bo when he can feature in a few centre bounces. Lockie Schultz could be that. He did that against Gold Coast. I don't see Josh Dacos' name in there, Matthew. I'd probably go Josh or a Lockie Schultz before an Ed Allen for centre bounce. I think Ed Allen will, if he plays wing. John Ralph, AFL approved propaganda journalist. Peter G says, well, it will get better as I believe Checkers will re-sign later this week. He's just waiting for his manager to return from overseas. Let's earmark that, Peter. Peter doesn't get much wrong when he speculates. So we'll lean on that. Andoni asks, are we a chance this week? Where is it? Here we are. Are we a chance this week? Of course, mate. Of course. Of course we're a chance. Has Sidebottom been playing a different role or something? He's playing wing. He's definitely playing less midfield than earlier in the year, but I think that's because of the rise of Ned Long. Let's have a look here. We'll have a look at how Sidebottom's season has panned out when it comes to his midfield split. Come on. Why are you loading, though? Switch on. Switch on, Wheelo. Where are you at? Refresh. There we go. Let's go Sidebum. Sidebottom. Sidebottom. View match stats. 2025. All right. So, early in the year, Sidebottom, a lot of mid. So see this column or row, this column here indicates how much midfield time. So pretty much 50% up until round 16. We saw a lot of midfield in round 20. Was that? Who was that against? That was against Richmond, wasn't it? I'm guessing. And then, 7%, 22%, 4%, 18%. So definitely in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, he's spent a lot less time in the midfield. So maybe if Ned Long doesn't end up playing, maybe that will get a bit of a bump. Will Bobby be playing this week, or has he got gastro again? I hope he's all good. It's amazing, Andoni. Good. Liquor for 40 touches. Who's having the Paul Lakiria legacy game? Rick says we can't have a midfield mix of Pendles, Sidey, Mitchell, Long. Need some speed. There is a need for speed, as Manny would say. Steven says Bobby won't play another game for 20. I hope he can persevere and just show up. Just show up. It's always hard to have this conversation about someone who's going through personal grief, personal reasons, personal leave. But I just hope he can find a way just to show up. Show up for the boys. Show up for the fans. Lift. Day Hoxie, relax. You signed a 36-year-old and a 30-year-old. Why is that going to hurt the media? What are you smoking, bro? Who are you? Never seen your name in his chat before. Who are you, bro? Our best is well and truly good enough. Of course. Of course. Guys, the way I look at this right now is we have been the superior team in the league for 18 rounds. We've entered a lull. Like we did late last year, we hit rock bottom. This is the proverbial rock bottom for us, I feel. And it can only go up from here. That's how I feel. I'm getting big vibes, big energy. Come on. Gastro's a couple days. Maybe it wasn't gastro. We have 4 training sessions this week. Bobby and Bo will train this week. I hope so, Peter. Fareed, welcome. You wouldn't be surprised if someone like Crisp is the sub this week. Fair call. I can see that. Can I? Nah, I need Jack Crisp. I need Jack Crisp starting. But we'll do the predicted 23 tomorrow and we can dive into that. MD, starting to regret we signed Bobby up. When we need him the most, he's nowhere to be seen. I'm hoping he can persevere. That's the word I'm going to go with. Persevere and just front up. Just show up. That's all I'm asking. Checkers, re-signing AB, that would be huge. It's crunch time. He better play. Rick says Bobby will be a straight swap for Liam Ryan at the end of the year. Interesting where that thought's come from, Rick. I don't think I wouldn't be taking Liam Ryan for Bobby Hill. Absolutely not. I mean, Liam Ryan's a great player, but I think Bobby Hill is more consistent. I think we're not going to have this conversation, but if we do, when we get there, we'll talk about what we might want for Bobby in return from another club from Western Australia. What's your lineup for this week, Fareed? Fareed, we'll do it tomorrow. Stefano says, no more experiments. Time for best 23. Showtime is now. Simple as. Families break up all the time. Man, look, I think there's been enough time, enough water that has gone under the bridge for him just to show up. Just do it for the fans. Do it for other people. Will Charlie Dean play this week? I don't think so, Fareed. I think Mick stay. Guys, one in the chat if you think... I'll do a poll. Who plays the how role? Now, I say that very loosely. I say that incredibly loosely. You know what I'm saying. Who's going to be in place of Jeremy Howe? Is it going to be Charlie Dean, McStay? Neither. Let's go. Bang. How about that? Tell me what you think about that for a poll. Bobby will be all right. His kids are currently back in Melbourne. That's good to hear. And he's a lot younger. Yeah, there you go. Bobby on the bench was a sign he's going to be moved on. Nah, hope not. RJ says, I'm giving Bobby a lot of leeway because of his performance grand final day. I'll never forget it. If it rains, that's a fair point, Wolfie. If it rains, Cox probably won't get a gig. That's real. There is something wrong with you if you want Dean in. Lockie, welcome, brother. How are ya? Hoskin will be dropped this week. You reckon, Steve-O? Nicole will cry if Dean's in. Straight swap Bobby Hill for Harley Reid. Anything else? Nathan Fife retiring. I got scared. You know, I have a soft spot for Fife. I got scared when I heard he was retiring. I thought maybe he injured himself again on the weekend, but seems like he's just retiring. So shout out Fifey. It's hard. So quote here: it's hard to name one player who's going well for Collingwood. Are they too old? Are they too slow? They're the questions being asked. I mean, why do I even read that? What did we say in the post-game show? Turn off all social media and disregard until further notice. It'd be better if we won, bro. I feel ya. It feels like, yeah, the Thursday to this upcoming Saturday, it's a long time to dwell in what's happened over the last couple of weeks. That's for sure. Very difficult. So, most of you think McStay will play the Howe role, and McStay wasn't great when he went down back, but there certainly wasn't a plan for McStay to play that much defense on the weekend, on the Thursday. I think now he had that. He's used that time and opportunity to. Where was I going with it? He's had the time to spend most of a given game in the back line. Now he's going into this game. Go away, Fly. Maybe that is Fly. That you, McRae? What are you saying? What are you saying? Win? W? If that's not an omen, I don't know what is. There is a fly on the wall. And now he's flying around in the room. What are you saying, brother? Yeah. I got good mail. Good mail from Fly. We're on. We're on. He said McStay backline is going to hold it down for us. What's your big call for Reed? Tell me. Crows struggled with Eagles pressure. Hey, if they struggle with pressure, that's good news to us because we are the pressure team. It's so hard because we know that we can, what we can do and are capable of, but the past 6 weeks have made me nervous. The good Lord can work miracles, man, you never know. McStay wasn't so bad. He had a fantastic spoil in the top 5 highlights. I saw that. I didn't think that was too fantastic. It was underwhelming, as too was the entire team on the weekend. Adelaide and Manny, boys, jump on. I'll have Manny on the Discord. Ella, jump in, Manny. Ella, we need ya. Lift, brother. Connect. All right, let me set up. Let me get this bloke in. Huh? Did you guys see Rory Laird's probably going to miss this week as well, which is huge. He's going to miss this week with that suspension potentially. They'll probably challenge it. Yasu. Give me a sec. Hello, bro. How are we feeling? Wakey.
Hello, Ungettable. What are you doing, Ungettable?
Never in doubt, yeah?
Ungettable, you there?
Can you hear me? Hold on.
Hello,
mate. 1 sec.
can you hear me?
Ella. Hold on. I have to leave. Ella.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly. No echo.
Bravo.
No echo. You got earphones in?
Got my AirPods in,
All right,
brother.
buddy.
Hey, never in doubt
What are
with
you doing,
Darcy
Malaka?
Cameron. Never in doubt with Darcy Cameron and Pendles, or what?
Oh, my God. I was watching football while the bloke was in his testicles there, Riley Beveridge. Are you kidding me? They call, oh, yeah, Darcy Cameron, you know what happened, buddy? Yeah, you know what he done? He called down the Gettable back cave, and he told us he was unhappy. But then he called us back a week later and told us that he's over the moon, and he thanks Collingwood, and he can't see leaving Collingwood, and all the bullshit there. But are you kidding me or what, bro?
They're just trying to grab a headline, huh?
Yeah, what you got to do is, like what I do is, as soon as they talk about a player, you got to put yourself in the player's position and think about what he would do. He's not going to travel 13 weeks a year, 8 hours up and back, staying by touring more year and play for shit kickers. It doesn't make sense. It's not going to happen.
Hey, were you doing the rain dance in Adelaide? You doing the rain dance, Malaka?
Check before there for the speed. It's doing my head in there. The speed's doing my head in. I saw a couple of clips today on the footy shows. The speed's doing my head in. So I looked at the weather app, and it's pissing down. Not pissing, but 4 or 5 mils at night time. So it might bring it might make a contested footy. So it might just bring us close together. We'll see.
Just gotta win, man.
Yeah, it's critical there. All hands on deck, daughter. All hands on deck. And I'm telling you, right? If there's no effort on Saturday night, I want you to tear shreds off them. On your videos, I want you to absolutely tear shreds off them. I want to see you flip this weekend.
Nah, here's the thing. And I don't want to look in this perspective too much.
I've got an idea. I've got a bit of an idea. I heard something that the Collingwood Media Group might be looking at your content now.
What do you mean?
I got a bit of a heads up that the media team, right? The media team of the club is starting to look at your content about what the fans are saying. So they might be snooping on you. That's what they do.
Nah, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. We focus on ourselves. So here's the thing. Listen. Yeah. This is a perspective I don't want to dive too deep into because we'll worry about it if it comes wrong. If we lose, guess what?
Well,
there's still a chance if we lose. So until it's all said, until it's all but over, until it's all said and done, until the fat lady sings, even if we lose, guess what? After we lose, we sulk. But going into the game against Melbourne, I'm gonna do the same thing we're doing right now, bro. Optimism.
Yeah. There's one thing to lose there. There's another thing. The way we lose. It depends how we lose. If we put a performance like that against Brisbane and Hawthorn and they don't give effort, I'm going to tear shreds off them. It matters how we lose. If our game is back and we just lose because they're better on the day, that's a whole different story. But we've gone from the main course to dessert to now the crumbs on the floor. That's what we've come to now. It's unexcusable, mate. It's unexcusable. There, what are we going to finish? 6, 7.
I trust the large sample size of this season, how great we've been. I trust that we'll get back there. And I hope it's this week. I hope it's this week.
You have to go on what you've seen the last 5 weeks today. What we've done in the middle of the season means fuck all now. We have to go what we've seen in the last 5 weeks. They need a full sit down and chat and a full restructure and system calculation and get back to and get pressure. Maybe bring on ballistic pressure and get our game flying off pressure there. Our pressure's been low. How are we going to get a game going without pressure?
I think the last 2 games, our pressure has been absent. But even against Freo and Gold Coast, our pressure was, that second half Gold Coast, decent. Fremantle, we just let it slip in that last quarter. It's not all horrible.
Well, this way there, if we come out and play Hollywood football and get the job done, it'll be a miracle. I'm just sticking to reality there. What I've seen the last 5, 6 weeks, I just can't see it happening. But we might get lucky, might pull a rabbit out of the hat there, smack them. We might smack them, get the confidence right up, smack Melbourne, right, and then hit the finals. 1 week break and hit the finals. I want us to smack them there. What do you think? I want us to give it to them, bro.
Bro, the ideal outcome is we re-announce ourselves. What's the word? When Jesus Christ, it's the second coming, huh? Yeah?
Resurrection.
The resurrection, mate. The resurrection, mate. That's what we're going. It's the fucking resurrection.
Hey, you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen, right? He's going to walk into the fucking pre-game meeting. He's going to say to him, you know what, you pussies? I'll tell you something, right? You got another chance. You got another chance on the weekend. Brisbane lost. You got another chance. Get out there today with another chance and get the job done. How much more do you want? What else do you want? What's wrong with you? You're 30 years old. You're 35 years old. What's your problem? Is it hard to chase and tackle or put maximum pressure on? What's the problem here? Are we adults or we Oz kickers? Well, what's the story here? Just go out there and put maximum pressure on and stay accountable, help each other out, and just get the job done. Break them. Put maximum pressure on them there. We can break them.
We need 23 Lockie Schultz out there on the weekend, bro.
Exactly. We need 23 ruthless. I mean, from the first bounce there, run straight through the stoppage and crunch them straight away. It's got to be. If we're meandering around and they're just jogging around and they're not sticking tackles, we're going to get finished off. They're going to finish us off.
How good would it be? How good would it be by Friday? We hear news that Myercheck and Elliott sign on. That would be a showing of solidarity, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be good if they sign on, but we shouldn't be relying on signatures to get them up. They've been pummeled. They've been embarrassed. I'll be telling them, you've been embarrassed. in Australia for your last 5 performances. Your families are watching. Your kids are watching. Your families are watching. Everyone around Australia is looking at you. Go out there and turn the page. This is the last weekend. We can finish top 2. I've done the predictor before.
Of course.
But we can finish top 2. We beat Adelaide. We want to beat Adelaide by about, if we can beat them by 5-6 goals and get some percentage back, and then give Melbourne a good 10 goal smacking and get another 6% percentage, we should be right, because we've dropped percentage in the last 2 weeks. We've dropped percentage as well.
Do you reckon the big American cocks, it could be on call here or what?
I don't know. Put it this way. If you bring in Cox, we're going to get slower again.
Yeah.
The only way I'm bringing Cox in, I'm taking Mitchell and Long out, then I'm bringing Cox and I'm bringing Allen and Rowan still in. But if you're bringing Cox in, you need to take out one of the slow players. But then again, it's wet, and you got Mitchell to get the ball out of the stoppage. So it's different conditions now for Mitchell. So it's a double-edged sword now. Now we don't know what they're going to do.
Do you reckon we could play like 2022, 2023, where for the most part we have 2 relatively tall forwards and then the rest just small? Remember that? Thimase?
Yeah, and also Cox gets the tap. He taps the ball out of the circle. He taps the ball and he gets it moving forward. And our midfielders run. Nick and the midfielders, they run onto the ball. But Darcy Cameron, he taps the ball down. And they know what Darcy Cameron's doing. They're getting close to Darcy, he taps the ball down, and we're not quick enough to get the ball out of the stoppage.
Yeah.
But if they come in,
let's be real for a second. The Mason Cox we're asking for on Saturday hasn't been there all year. Let's acknowledge that, yeah?
Exactly.
So we're playing with fire. We're playing with fire, thinking we're going to get Mason Cox 23, 24 at certain periods. Are we going to get that Coxie if we bring him in?
Put it this way, for Cox to come in, for it to be worthwhile for Cox to come in, Cox has to win the taps in the middle, and he has to kick 2-3 goals, because the amount of speed that you're going to lose from Cox, it has to be worth it. You can't just bring him in to take 3 marks and do a bit of tap ruck work. He's got to be taking marks in the forward 50 and kicking goals. Otherwise, it's not worth it. Otherwise, you just go for maximum speed to get the pressure on there. At least if you can get the pressure on, you can get the ball spilled and get the ball moving forward. We need speed there. I'm telling you, we need speed.
Mm.
They're gonna, if they win that midfield clearance, and you got Philthorpe, and you got Gogarty, and you got Tex Walker coming on the lead, we got no hope. It's all over at Rover. We've got to secure up the midfield.
Gogarty.
Yeah, I'll call him Gogarty.
Yeah,
Gogarty. Hey, it's because of my luck, Gogarty.
Fair enough.
I call him Gogarty. And Philthorpe's gonna. Darcy Moore has to stay on Philthorpe's ass. He has to stay right on him. I think they're the same height. He can't give him 5 meters leg rope.
Mm. He really turned it on for Adelaide in that last quarter, didn't he? Against the Eagles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just praying to God that our defense and our midfield system corrects itself. The forward line, if it's still a bit clunky, I'll cop that. As long as our midfield and our defense is secure, we should be able to get the goals on the board.
Stefano says, too late to play Mason. Hasn't had continuity with the mids all year.
Yeah, we need speed there. I'm telling you. I saw those clips. I watched the game anyway. I watched the replay back. We're just too slow.
Watched it back.
Yeah, I had to, mate. And you know what happened? You know that tap that Darcy Moore done? That was a system breakdown. Darcy Moore thought that Watson was Quaynor, a Collingwood player. That's why he tapped the ball to him.
No, he didn't, bro. No, he didn't.
And it was a system
breakdown. Bro. You're dreaming.
How can you tap? How can you tap
Quaynor
the
and
ball
Watson
down
couldn't be
someone's
any further apart in identity, in physical characteristics. Come on, bro. What type of coach is that?
What do you call it? Do you reckon he's got color blindness from the vertigo copter, and he thought he was seeing black and white stripes, but they're brown and gold.
I don't know, man. Anyways, let's not worry about that Malakia, daughter.
Anyway, that's over now. We know. Yeah. Listen. We know what needs to be done. You know it, and I know it. You know it exactly. Right? Even Chris, your brother, said it. Unless there's full-blown fucking effort on Saturday night and full accountability, we're gonna tear shreds off them. That's it now. We've given them 6 weeks. You know it. Your brother knows it. The chat knows it. You know what needs to be done, and you're going to be watching for it. Eh? We're all going to be watching for it. You know it's got to be done.
Maddie Mack in the chat says, said we are too experienced to not turn it around.
Yes, that's a good thing. We're experienced, but the problem is experience doesn't bring speed. We need a couple runners in the team, at least a couple. Even wingers, they can throw in the middle. Unless we get Bobby back and we get Bo back, but I don't know if they're coming back. That's the problem.
Hopefully we find out. We'll know a little bit more tomorrow. Tomorrow will be our first main training. Thursday will be main training. Look, if we get Bo back, Bo goes through the middle, hopefully we get a little bit more of Sidey through the middle. Hopefully maybe a little bit more Josh through the middle. I'm keen to see where we deploy Nick Dacos. I'm really praying that Dan Houston can find his connection by foot again.
Yeah, the only hope I got from Houston is Adelaide Oval. Because he's played that much footy on the Adelaide Oval, he might play better this weekend. He might get lucky.
This is where he got rubbed out against Adelaide as well last year, yeah?
He got rubbed out where?
Against Adelaide. He knocked out Rankin.
Well, yeah, but that was at MCG.
No, it wasn't, bro. Adelaide versus Port Adelaide. MCG there. Adelaide versus Port Adelaide last year.
Oh, yeah, back then before we drafted him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was in the back 50. Yeah, he dropped him.
So he's going to vindicate himself on Adelaide Oval, is what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is because Adelaide Oval was a bit longer and a bit thinner, he might get his kicking game going. We'll see what he does. We need him to lift, like you said. We need him to lift today. He's on big money. Even Perriman, Perriman's got a lift. Lipinski's got a lift. You can't have Lipinski playing 2 games every 7. You can't have players playing 1 good game out of 7. The skills lost it. Yeah. The skills losing it.
Yeah. She heard you. You're G'ing her up, bro.
The dog, even the dog knows what needs to be done.
Don't worry about her. She's a North Melbourne supporter, that one, Beanie. She's a North Melbourne supporter.
But she can see, she knows football. Anyways, your players need to be playing consistent football every single week. You can't have passengers, mate.
You know, players like Lipinski, though, they thrive off the system humming. True?
I don't give a shit what he thrives on. I want my players playing 7 out of 10 football every single week. I don't care what they thrive on. I don't care what they have for breakfast. I don't care what they have for dessert. I want my players playing consistent football every single week. If you're not playing consistent football every second week, you get dropped back to the VFL. It's simple, and bring the kids in.
So besides doing the rain dance in Adelaide, what else are you doing to the Crows during the week to help us?
I went past it today. They're doing what do you call it? They're doing lactose, salt release of the legs. Very light session.
They look sore.
I'm telling you,
are they walking wounded? Are they limping around the joint?
No, they're laughing, carrying on there, top of the ladder. They're laughing at us. What are you talking about here? They're carrying on laughing, top of the ladder, 4 points there. They're laughing at us. Hey, I'll rock up there with my Collingwood kit tomorrow. All right, listen. I'll rock up with my Collingwood kit tomorrow, right? and I'll eyeball a couple of them, and I'll just give them the eyeball and say, hey, listen. Saturday night, you know what you got to do. Go out there 80%, right? Don't do too much on the ground because you know I live in Adelaide, right? And I see you every day. Do you understand? Go out there and just go through the motions. Let us win this game because we need top 2. Hey, listen, Phil Thorpe. Hey, Walker, I know where you live. Phil Thorpe, I know your address. You understand, buddy? I want 70% at best. Even drop a couple marks in the forward 50. Don't worry. Make it look like you made a mistake. It's okay. Let the Collingwood Football Club win, and everything will go back to normal. Simple.
And then we'll see you in the finals and then we'll play for real.
Exactly. Oh, so that's fine. You can finish top. Me and Anthony aren't worried. We'll let you finish top as long as we can get second. We're okay with that. Just go
but we're
out there and play
disgruntled, bro.
50%.
We're disgruntled. Remember? We're disgruntled, bro.
Who?
We are. The Pies were disgruntled, remember? They said the journos, they told us we're disgruntled, mate.
Yeah. How can you be disgruntled one week and make but you know the funny thing is? You never ever hear them apologise. Why don't they come out on Ungettable today and say to the Collingwood fans, all the Collingwood fans, we're sorry, we made up a story. We made up a story to get clickbait and it was all wrong.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, bro.
No accountability there. No accountability. They say whatever they want and they get away with it, mate.
Madison, thank you for the Pies Footy gift membership dono. Welcome you nation to the Pies Footy membership, my friend. Appreciate you, Madison. Madison has a vendetta against Myercheck. Did you know that? Did you know that?
Your brother's nervous, Your brother's nervous,
Yeah. We'll be at the family house on Saturday night, and hopefully our record can extend from 10-1 to 11-1 at that household this year. And the loss was against GWS. So it doesn't count. It was opening round. Doesn't count.
Yeah, so it should be right. We'll see that. They might turn it around. Hopefully they looked at vision. They looked at footage there, training inside the rooms.
Of course, let's listen to this. Mercedes in the chat. How can you talk about a Melbourne team from another state?
Who?
You. Mercedes says that in the
Who's
chat.
That?
Mercedes in the chat.
Hey, Datsun.
Mercedes.
Yeah, but I'm calling it Datsun. Datsun, when you're a 40-year member and you're giving over $50,000 to the Collingwood Football Club, right? You know about Collingwood footy. Trust me. What? Because you have to be in a different state to know your football club. So if you're an English Premier League fan, you can't talk about your club because you don't live in England. Makes no sense.
Malakias, huh?
So if you're an Australian cricket fan, you're an Australian cricket fan, or you can't talk about the Australian football cricket team because you live in different states. Yeah, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. It makes no sense today. It's dumb. Makes no sense. So now, if you live in Melbourne, if you don't go to one footy game all year, you can't talk about Collingwood because you don't go to the games. I hear you.
Man, you're G'd up, bro. You're up.
Hey, listen. Do you understand what this is, bro? This game's crunch time. It's crunch time, there. I don't want to see our jumper walk around the field there. It's unacceptable, this Collingwood jumper. As paid members, right? As paid members, we deserve to get treated properly. Like Fly said, he apologises to the members. We pay Lipinski, I pay your wages. I'm a member. I pay you to go out and play football. It's simple as that. Without the members, they don't get paid. They work for us. The players work for us. We're the players' boss today. We're their boss. They play for us. Without us, they don't get paid. We pay their wages. They've got to go out there and perform.
Simple as.
That's the way it is, mate. That's the way it is. The members own the football club. The members own the football club. No one else. We pay them to play. All of us. We pay them to play. They got to go out and get the job done properly. They can't go out there and cut corners, mate.
Mate, Rick goes, we need to bring you in for a pre-game speech. You know, I reckon you'd be able to top Bo McCreary's, his mum, when he did the speech. I reckon you'd take number 1, 100%.
You know what I'll give there for Fly to give me 5 minutes in the rooms with the boys. I'll guarantee you there. Give me 5 minutes with the boys in there. I'll fire them up that much, and I'll guarantee you they'll start kicking doors off the change rooms before they walk out of the field. I'll have them that hyped up. You know what I say to Fly? Not only that, Fly, after Dusty Moore, the pussy does the toss, tell him to get out of the way. I'll walk into the centre circle before the game, and I'm going to fire him up that much, and I'll guarantee you there, the first 10 minutes of the quarter will be up 10 goals to 0. I'll guarantee you. I'll fire him out that much now. I'll make him that angry and G him up that much there. They'll have no choice but to go out there, and you're going to see things you've never seen before.
Yeah, we need to get a petition out. Manny for the pre-game speech
I'm gonna have
in Adelaide.
I'll have 18. I want to have 18 clubs there after that calling me, chasing me as head coach of every football club. I'll knock back every single one of them, apart from Collingwood, and I'll tell Fly, no, I want to be head assistant coach. You be the coach. I'll be the head. I'll be the head motivator.
Mate,
I'm going to be the head motivator.
Everyone. We won't have a team. We won't have a team, bro, if you're the assistant coach.
Yeah, I'll just delist who doesn't perform. Whoever doesn't perform there gets delisted. I'll warn them before they go out to training. If you don't perform on the weekend, your papers are stamped. There's no more time to muck around. If we don't see him go out there on the weekend and perform there, it's an absolute disgrace. After what we've seen in the last 4 weeks, they've got no choice now. There's no more choice. Your only choice is to go out there and demolish him. I'm not going to accept nothing more, nothing less. Simple.
I love you, mate.
You know what I might do there? You know what I might do? I might go to the Hilton there, or what's called the Strathmore, across the road from the Adelaide Oval with a megaphone, right? I've got a ute as well. I might park my ute there at the front, get on the back of the ute with a megaphone. The boys will be staying there, the Collingwood boys, and absolutely fire them up before the game. Absolutely get them up. Hey, listen, the premiership's on the line. I've got supporters. I've got Anthony. I've got everyone in the chat. We need a win. Come on, man. We need a win. Give us one win against the Crows and get us back in second position. Then we can take care of Melbourne and just launch it to the finals and get the job done.
You know, mate, that's unbelievable. What a G up to start the week.
Buddy. Oh, buddy. We'll build up during the week, get the job done. That's what, buddy.
Yeah. Oh my God. I need to clip this part. Listen, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not topping that. I'm not even going to try mess about with that. I'm going to leave it at that for tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow for the Predictor 23 at 6 p.m. We'll see you all there. Go Pies.